Hey guys, it's Sammy, aka Mufasa, and today we're going to be running over getting the FHJ Launcher Gold. We're also going to be covering the other launchers over the next over the next week probably. So make sure you stay around for those as well, and you should be able to get more diamond then. But anyway, this isn't really a hard challenge to get. It's not really particularly difficult. It's just that it can take a lot of time, especially some of the later challenges. But anyway, let's get on with it. So the first thing you're going to have to do is destroy 100 aircraft with the FHJ launcher. It's not particularly hard, just aim it up at the skies and take out all the UAVs, stealth choppers, or whatever else flies up in the sky. And there's not really much I can say other than just keep it on your back. And if you really want to get it done quite fast, maybe something like ground war is going to be good for you, just because there's a lot more people in this. There's going to be a lot more score streaks flying around, so it's going to get done a bit faster. But to be honest with you, I just put it on your back and just play normally and just enjoy the extra points it gives you. So once you've done that, you're going to unlock the rest of the challenges. So there's not really a particular order you should go about doing these, seeing as you don't really know what you're going to come up against. So I'm just going to run through probably what I think is the easiest ones to get done first, and then finish with the ones which are going to take a little bit longer. So in order to get the carbon fiber camo, you're going to need to take out 10 enemy aircraft as they enter the airspace. So this gives you about 5 seconds to just look for the UAV and shoot it down. Make sure you sort of train yourself to listen out for the enemy UAV being incoming, or counter UAV incoming, or whatever it is for stealth chopper. You might not be able to get it quite as easily for something like a stealth chopper because it does take 2 shots to take down. But I guess it's worth taking them down anyway, just because you don't want to get nuked by them and die 1,000 times. So for the cherry blossom camo, you're going to need to destroy 5 aircraft in one game. This isn't really hard, but something like team deathmatch isn't going to have quite as many score streaks. And also the fact that it doesn't really last that long, so perhaps something like demolition might be quite good, or maybe ground war if you can get in a domination game, because they tend to last quite a while and you can just shoot down 5. But seriously, 5 isn't really going to be that hard at all, so don't worry about that one too much. So for the Art of War camo, you're going to need to destroy 2 aircraft back to back. This again isn't a problem, it's just you got to wait for basically 2 aircraft to go up in the air at the same time. Just quickly shoot one, then shoot the other one straight after. It's not going to take that long because it does happen quite a lot, as seen as people tend to call in 2 UAVs at a time. Again, something like ground war is going to have more score streaks up in the sky. Now the Ronin and Skulls camo can be a bit of a pain in the backside, mainly the Ronin, just because you don't often come across players using score streaks which they have to control. Something like the AGR can be controlled, but you don't know if the enemy's using it or not, so you can't really be too sure about that one. And also sentry guns count, but quite often people aren't going to be using them as well. So basically I'd aim for something like a Dragonfire or a VTOL or a Lodestar. My advice is to make a class and just leave it on one of your creator classes. I made a video on this before, which I'm going to link to at the end if you want to go any further into it. But basically you just put a launcher on it, have perks like Blind Eye, Cold Blooded, and Engineer with EMP grenades and black hats. I also put an MK48 with FMJ on, just for shooting out choppers, just because it tends to do it a lot faster than the FHJ launcher can. Of course you can leave the launcher on your back, but something like a Lodestar and the VTOL need 3 shots, so you're going to need something like a black hat as well. So my advice would be to first of all just fire a shot up with the launcher, and then use the black hat, because quite often you're going to get shot down anyway, so when you spawn you can just shoot it again and just take it out. You need to do this 10 times though, which is really a pain. For the Dragonfire, the fact that you're going to have Cold Blooded on is going to sort of help you keep a bit hidden, as you won't have that like red diamond thing showing up around you. But try and keep away from your teammates, as they're going to aim at your teammates and they might notice you in the crossfire or hit you in the crossfire, so try and stay away from them. Also, that's pretty much going to be the same for the Lodestar. As for the AGR, if you've got an EMP grenade on, throw that first, then fire a launcher, and that should be enough to take it out. That's not really too big a problem, to be honest. It's just the 10 score streaks, 10 player controlled score streaks. I think it took me about a prestige or 2 to get it done, and I just had it on my back the entire time. Somewhat annoyingly, you're going to end up doing it a lot faster if you end up getting killed a lot, or you're going to be on the side with bad teams. So I guess it's sort of a nice class to have, just because if you're getting, you know, the absolute shit kicked out of you, then at least you've got something to fight back with. But it's also quite useful to have the class, because let's be honest, how many times have you joined a game where there's just Lodestars in the sky and just VTOLs pounding down on you? You can get this class out, take everything out, and just go from there, you know. That's why I call it my anti-rage quit class, because I think if a lot of people run that, then they probably rage quit a hell of a lot less. So anyway guys, I hope that's been useful for you. I've already done the other launchers, I just need to get footage of them, and I'm working towards the pistol still as well. But I hope it's been useful to you. Anyway, bye bye now. Bye bye.